everyone, it's Nicole and we're here with the Let's Get Hip Fridays, and this week I'm using the September Hip Kit. I decided to put the August kit away and start with the September kit, and I'm going to do a few layouts with the September kit and then I'll move on to the October kit because I'm falling a bit behind there, and now I'm just going to do one layout a week using the hip kits. So as of October, I'm going to have less things in my kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep those two kits closed, the September and the August one. And whenever I feel like, is there anything else that I might like or anything like that, I'll have these two kits readily available. But from now on, well, not including the September kit, I'm just going to have one set of pattern papers and maybe the embellishment kit, depending what the embellishment kits are. So I took that Amy Tangerine, I think most of the papers are from Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers. There was a lot of pattern paper, and I took that beautiful blue one, and I'm putting some clear gesso to the back, and I couldn't find the knife that I absolutely love. So it's a little hard to move it around with that knife. The other knife has a slanted edge to it, and I can't find it. There's a lot of things I can't find in my craft room right now, including my the transfer thing to transfer pictures to your computer. Don't know where it went. Completely gone. So I had to go buy another one. It'll probably show up, but I don't mind. It was only $10, so I don't mind having two of them. But so there won't be any pictures at the end of this because I couldn't find anything to transfer it over. So, and I had quite a few videos to narrate for the weekend, and I'm going back to work. Today's Thursday, the 22nd, and I'm going back to work tomorrow, the 23rd. I only had a couple days off, so I had a lot of things to get done in a couple of days. So the first thing I did was put clear gesso on the background, and then I used from the color add-on the Distress Marker Blueprint Sketch. I added it to some packaging, added some water, and it added a lot of distress look to the background. Then I took the Mr. Huey Studio Calico in white. I'm almost all out. I think I have a Heroes Art one, but yeah, I'm almost out of that one. And I just added some white to the background. And the reason I did that is because I knew a lot of the embellishments that I put aside, which were from the Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers, they had white outlines on them. So I wanted to make sure that I had some white to the background. And then, so I added some splatters, and then I didn't find that it was enough. So I'm going to grab the template that I used on Wednesday on my Watercolor Wednesday, and you'll see here in a bit. And I'm going to add some more white with that. But first, I'm going to mount the photo, and this is 4 pictures in one, and I got the 4 pictures together using my Canon selfie and the pick frame app. And if you look on under how to, if you're new to my channel, I have a few videos on how to use your camera or your phone, I should say your phone and the pick frame app with your Canon selfie. And so that's how I got 4 pictures on one. And now I'm going to use that template again. I put it in a box that was from a previous kit. And I'm just going to hide all the edges because I didn't want like a square around it too. So I'm just putting paper towels. And I'm going to hold the template down with my hand because it has a tendency to want to lift. And then I can remove all of that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. And again, I'm just going to use some paper towel just to cover. And then spray again. And then I like to use the template and use it as a stamp. So I just flip it over, just tap it down on the page. And if you're careful, you can get the stamp image of it. But I just wanted some like more splatters. So I did it with the template, and now I'm adding some more white. And now I think I'm looking for another template. No, what I'm doing is I added some more distress marker in the blueprint sketch on some packaging, added water, and then I went and got a big brush, and I'm just making bigger splatters. And now I'm going to take my heat tool and dry everything. It seems to me that it kept blowing up the power bar. That's so annoying. I I wish everything wasn't plugged into the same place, but in this room that I have now, I have a couple of plugins. That's it. I have one that plugs all my lights, which I have 4 aught lights, and or 2 aught lights, and then 2 lights that I bought. It's meant for photography, and then the other plugin is for my heater or my fan, depending whether it's summer or winter, because I'm either too hot or I'm too cold. So, because my room is upstairs, so in the summertime it's super hot, and in the wintertime it's super cold. So, so I just wanted a lot of white on this, so I added more white. And now I'm looking to see what embellishments that I can use with this. I'm going to stick to the blues and the yellows and the aquas on this. And this pattern paper here, I'm going to cut out a couple of flowers using that. And then I'm going to use the back side to mount one of the cards. Now I wanted to add some hearts to the background, because this is a picture of my middle daughter, and if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that she's moved to a different city, and her boyfriend's not even there because he still doesn't have a job, so she's there by herself, so she's finding it quite lonely. So anyway, she went, of course, to the animal shelter, and she was looking for a pet, and they had a bearded dragon that somebody abandoned about a year ago, and they've had her in the shelter for about a year. And my daughter fell in love with her. So it was really it wasn't expensive at all. I mean, she's full grown, so she's like over 1 feet long. You can see, in the bottom right photo, she has her on her chest, and she goes right across. And so she paid $50 for the habitat, and everything. So it's making her feel a whole lot better. She feels like she has a little friend when she comes home. And she says the best part is that she loves to cuddle. She's super friendly and loves to cuddle. So, okay. I mean, I love lizards. That one's kind of big, but she's kind of cute. So she thought it was a boy. So they were going to call him Antonio. And when she got home and discovered she was a girl. So they called her Lola. So the title of this page is going to be Welcome Home, Lola, because that poor little bearded dragon has been waiting a year for a home. And believe me, she's going to get a ton of love with my daughter. Already, she said, the first day she took her home, and she took the entire cage, and even like the grassy part, she washed the entire thing, like disinfected everything. And I'm sure if she could give her a bath, she would give her a bath. She's very good at taking care of animals. And she had a guinea pig. No, not a guinea pig. Yes, a guinea pig. One of those things for almost 3 years. And that thing, oh my goodness, she took care of that thing. And then she got really involved. And then when she felt that she couldn't take care of him the way she was supposed to, she found a kid that really wanted one. And anyway, she ended up giving it to them with the cage and everything. But anyway, this is about Lola. So she is in love with Lola. So I took some of the pattern papers from Amy Tangerine, and I mounted the photo, and then I mounted again with the back side of the flowers. And then the back side of the flowers, I used it in behind those shades. And my daughter wears shades, but I'm not one to worry about whether it goes with stuff or not. If I like it, I put it on. I've always been like that. I just put stuff on if it's in the kit. I just, I want it used up, so I put it wherever. And then I took some triangles and the pattern, then it's diamonds, not triangles, diamonds, and I'm going to put that on the layout. There's a little diamond, and I'm going to cut it in half and use it as a layering piece. Some tags. There's a little, I put a little house, and I think that this other thing is supposed to be like a flower, but I put it in behind. It looks like a tree because I said welcome home. So then the little house and the tree, and then I'm going to put little hearts around it, and then the little tag that said hello, my name is Oh How Fun. And for her, it's totally, how she's having fun with this bearded dragon. And that's going to be pretty much it. I just keep all the embellishments to the center of the page. And like I said, especially in the last 2.5 years, scrapping with kits, I put on whatever is available in the kit. I just start dividing everything up, and then once I start the layout, I start dividing it into piles, and then usually in 3 piles. I don't always do 3 embellishment clusters, but I usually start with dividing it in 3 piles, and then from there, then I decide whether or not I want to add more. Sometimes I'll add a 4th one, sometimes I'll add a 5th one. And there was some wood veneer in the kit, and one of them said home, so perfect, because I'm going to use that for part of my title. And then the white, I'm going to use some white letters, and that is the only thing for my stash. And they're from Basic Gray, and I've used them on quite a bit of layouts lately, so they're sort of on my desk, so I keep using whatever's on my desk. I just keep using them. And then there was a little tag that said brilliant, because I was thinking more like brilliant idea, another pet. But I mean, she is lonely where she is, and this is giving her something to look forward to, going home and having a little friend to keep her company. And it's not as if it's a little lizard, so she's afraid to put him down on, or put her down on the ground, and then he or she would end up hiding behind the fridge or something. It's massive, so she can, when she's home, she lets her run around the apartment. And and last weekend was the first weekend that her boyfriend went over, and Katie said that at first she was kind of like, I don't know about you, but she warmed up to him by the end of the weekend. So it's a nice new little addition to her little family, and I'm happy for her. She's, like I said, taking really good care of it. She went and got her 2 special lights, and she's going to spoil that thing rotten. And these are pictures that she actually posted on Facebook, and I just kind of snatched them from Facebook. And that's one thing I love about social media, right? I love that you're able to do that. There's a lot of things that I don't like about social media, but there's a lot of good stuff too. Like I find, TMI, too much info. Sometimes it's TMI, but for things like this, when, sweet things like this, I love that. I love to be able to just kind of take the pictures from my kids' Facebook and scrap them, because, once they move out of your house, even when they live in your house, you're not always with them. So this whole, and I mentioned that a couple videos ago, this whole selfie thing, I think it's great, because your kids are taking way more pictures of themselves than when we were kids, right? I, as a matter of fact, have no pictures of me as a kid. I don't know, there might be some out there. I don't know. I don't know of any, like maybe my aunts and uncles do, but I don't have any. And so it'd be kind of neat. I have my memories, but it would be fun to have pictures of my aunts and uncles and cousins when we were all young. And we did a lot of fun stuff. We would have family reunions at the beach, and things like that. And there is absolutely no pictures that I know of anyway. Like I said, there might be around in the family, but my family, my mom wasn't one to take a lot of pictures, so we don't have a lot of pictures. But with my kids, they won't be able to say that, right? And even with themselves, because of readily available iPhones, they have pretty good cameras. All these pictures that she took here was all with a I think if she has a Samsung. I don't think she has an iPhone, but so amazing photos that you can get with those. And this layout is going to come to an end. So this is where I put the title, Welcome Home Lola. I added some heart enamel dots that were from Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers. There was a lot of stuff from Amy Tangerine Finders Keepers, and I think that's all that I used on this layout. And then I had cut up that tag in 3 pieces, so I end up putting the rest of it is on here. Just says life is short, don't be lazy. And because taking care of a pet is a lot of work, and you can't be lazy when you take care of you have to take care properly of a pet. And that's it. Again, there's no pictures, but there will be pictures on my website, and I'll post my website in the comments or in the description below. And that's it. The page is done. So thank you so much for watching. Now be watching tomorrow. I'm going to be uploading 2 videos on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.